Hey, this is Andy from Recovery One. Let's talk about codependency. Um, I've I didn't even know that I was codependent, for the longest time until my last stint in rehab. Like I thought that was just like, you know, just the basic codependent thing where you need somebody else, but there's a lot more to it than just the relationship codependency or codependent on someone else's income. There's a lot to it. Um, when I was in alcoholism, I had 5 DUIs, only two on my record, but that was because, that was when my mom and dad were still alive. And I had a home payment, car, insurance, all these payments going out. So mom and dad would help me with attorney fees, and they'd help me with paying the county. They'd help me, Christmas time because I was always broke because I was spending all my money on alcohol. They'd help me buy Christmas gifts. They'd feel sorry for me. And finally, I went to rehab and got better with that as far as the alcohol. And, but yeah, I was very codependent on my parents when they were alive. And I didn't even really associate it with that, And in relationships, when even after that in addiction, like I would jump girl to girl to girl looking for someone to make me like myself. You know what I mean? I kind of struggled with even loving myself as a human being. So I felt like a relationship would change that. And none of them ever did. And then I would buy them gifts and they would have that smile and that'd make me feel good and make me think, oh, I'm awesome. That was me being codependent off somebody else to try to please myself. And I was a people pleaser, and that's part of that codependency too, like you're depending on someone else to make you happy. And it just wasn't there. I had to be single for a while after I got out of recovery and just really deal with being in myself to learn to love myself. And I think a lot of people jump out of recovery, man, or in recovery, and they want to be in all these relationships and stuff. And I just felt like that's where I learned most of my lesson about codependency is by sitting in it and being single.